Good evening, and thank you for joining us. My name is Carrie Guthrie, and I have the privilege of serving as Cornerstone Montgomery's President and CEO. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this very special event, our annual Champions and Legacies celebration. We are thrilled that you are able to join us to celebrate another great year of serving our nearly 3,000 clients. I'd like to take a moment to also thank the generous sponsors who made this event possible. We truly could not do this work without the support of our community. We are honored to have several elected officials who wanted to send greetings this evening, and I am very pleased to start our celebration with a greeting from Senator Ben Cardin.
Hi, I'm Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland. I'm proud to join you tonight for the Cornerstone Montgomery Champions and Legacies celebration. Let me start by thanking everyone at Cornerstone Montgomery, staff, volunteers, partners, and employer champions who support this community throughout the year. A special thanks goes to the 300 business partners who are helping more than 700 adults and transition-age youth who are recovering from mental health disorders find and keep jobs. This is so important as they rebuild their lives. I am especially thankful to join you as you honor my friend and colleague, Congressman David Trone, with your 2022 Legacy Award. Through his leadership as co-founder and co-chair of the House Bipartisan Addiction and Mental Health Task Force, Congressman Trone has doggedly worked to improve behavioral health care in Maryland and nationwide. I look forward to continuing to work with Congressman Trone and the entire Maryland delegation to ensure that Cornerstone Montgomery and providers across the state have the resources required to ensure Marylanders have access to affordable behavioral health care. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cardin. And now, here's last year's Legacy awardee, Congressman Jamie Raskin, with a message of support for our work.
Hey, everybody, it's Congressman Jamie Raskin coming to you from Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. I want to greet all of the attendees and the organizers at Cornerstone Montgomery's 2022 Champions and Legacy Celebration. How awesome is that? I want to thank Cornerstone Montgomery for all of the great and essential mental health care and substance use disorder treatment services that you provide to thousands of people, both grown-ups and teenagers across Montgomery County. You make it possible for people living with mental health conditions to access their full potential and pursue meaningful, creative lives. I'm also appearing to offer warm and special congratulations to my friend, my colleague, my next-door neighbor in the House of Representatives, David Trone, for his selection as this year's Legacy Honoree Awardee for his commitment to healthcare advocacy in Congress. David is an absolutely passionate defender of investment in the mental and emotional health care of our people. There's nothing that he feels more strongly than that, and he's working on it all the time. It's been my great pleasure to work with him on this cause that we both share so deeply. David, thank you for everything that you've done in Montgomery County and throughout the state of Maryland, in your district, in the 6th District, and across the country. You really are a distinguished healthcare advocate for our people, so thank you. I also want to congratulate this year's volunteer partner and employer champions, including the 300 business partners with Cornerstone who help people recover from a mental health disorder or problem and keep their jobs and stay both afloat and thriving and engaged in commerce and as productive members of society. So I want to thank everybody for all the great stuff you're doing out there. I want to wish everyone a wonderful celebration, and I wish you all good night.
Thank you, Congressman Raskin, and for your continued support. I want to turn things over to our Director of Vocational and Community Services, Ann Pyre, who will tell you a little bit more about our vocational program.
Thank you, Carrie, and hello, and thank you all for joining us here this evening. At Cornerstone Montgomery, we recognize that employment is key to people's recovery. So while that is an everyday part of what we do, October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, where we get to shine a light on this important piece of our work. This year's national theme is disability, part of the equity equation. At Cornerstone Montgomery, we believe that everyone can work. We want to ensure that everyone that wants to work has the opportunity to do so regardless of a disability. Our job as vocational staff is to help people realize and unlock their potential and abilities. By doing so, we help ensure that we find the right job fit between our job seekers and our community of employers. Last year, we served over 600 clients and had an almost 60% employment rate, compared to the national average of about 20% employment. COVID-19 has certainly had an impact on our services, but we are seeing our employment rate starting to go back up. So far this year, we have already served over 400 clients, had almost 50 new job starts, and are already at a 60% employment rate. We are also actively recruiting to bring more consumers into our program, as we know that many people are eager to work and our community employers need quality employees. We couldn't have accomplished all that we did without your support, and so tonight we're very pleased to highlight the 2022 champions who have worked alongside us. Now, please welcome County Council members Sydney Katz and Andrew Friedson with a few words tonight.
I am Montgomery County Council member for the 3rd District, Sydney Katz, and I'm so very pleased to participate in today's celebration. We all are here to honor and to thank the 2022 award honoree, Representative David Trone, and all the volunteers, partners, and employer champions as we highlight the vocational services programs and the business partners who help more than 700 adult and transitioned aged youth who are recovering from mental health disorders choose, find, and keep employment. I saw firsthand the wonderful work that Cornerstone Montgomery does when I was very honored to serve on their board of directors several years ago. Again, congratulations to the awardees, and thank you, Cornerstone Montgomery, for all that you do.
Good evening and welcome to the Cornerstone Montgomery Champions and Legacies Gala. I'm Councilmember Andrew Friedson, and I am so excited to help recognize Cornerstone Montgomery's amazing work in our community. Tonight, I'm happy to participate virtually and support Cornerstone Montgomery's work on behalf of our neighbors living with mental health and substance use disorders, and ensuring they have access to the treatment and services that will allow them to live meaningful lives of their choosing and participate fully in our community. Your work here tonight and every day is instrumental in the fight for recovery in Montgomery County, where we've made strides supporting those who need mental health and recovery care services. The stress and isolation of the pandemic and the uncertainty that followed hit all of us hard, especially those who are already struggling. Those impacts linger, which makes this work so much more important. That said, it is incredibly inspiring and reassuring to know that we have so many committed, talented, warm-hearted people on our side as we continue this fight together, so our residents, neighbors, friends, and family can always know they have this self-directed continuum of care to make sure they can take back control of their lives. I'd also like to congratulate my good friend, Representative David Trone, on his well-received 2022 Legacy Award. Your commitment to mental health and substance use disorders, the criminal justice reform work that you do, and the funding that you champion for medical research are so deeply appreciated. And I can't wait and look forward to continuing this important work together with you. Thank you again for all that you do, Congressman Trone, for everything that everybody here tonight does in partnership with Cornerstone Montgomery, and congratulations on a meaningful and impactful 50 years.
Thank you, Council members Katz and Friedson. At Cornerstone Montgomery, we have an extraordinary art program, Studio Insight. This program is part of the vocational department as we want to support our artists whose chosen vocation is selling their art. We're thrilled that again this year, the beautiful awards that tonight's Legacy awardee and our Workforce Champion will receive were created by two of our artists, Callie McKibben and Sarah Trevison. These specially commissioned awards were created just for you, and so no one else will have one exactly like it. Thank you, Callie and Sarah, for adding your artistry to this very special evening.
Thank you, Anne. And let me point out that these awards are here behind me for all of you to see. Thank you, Callie and Sarah, for these beautiful works of art. Tonight, I am very proud to celebrate another great year for Cornerstone Montgomery. As you all know, we have been continuing to deal with COVID and the impact of the pandemic on the organization. We have experienced the same issues as everyone else: staffing shortages, reduction in some programs, and a decrease of revenue. However, we have persevered and continue to provide services across Montgomery County. We have been able to expand some of our services and have plans to continue that growth. In the last year, we began serving children and adolescents ages 12 and up at our clinics. We have also begun the process of expanding our substance use services to include more outpatient treatment for people struggling with addiction. We will be opening an on-site pharmacy with our longtime partner, Terrapin Pharmacy, and we recently were awarded our third SAMHSA grant for $1 million a year for 4 years. We plan on using those funds to expand our services to include primary care, because so many of our clients have co-occurring medical issues along with their behavioral health issues. Finally, we are exploring expansion into other counties in Maryland. Please keep an eye out, as we will have some exciting news to share about that in the near future. Now, please enjoy this video celebrating Cornerstone Montgomery and the people we serve.
When I think about the people that we serve and what their lives might have been like before they came to Cornerstone Montgomery, I certainly have heard stories from clients who've shared with me, how things have changed and what things used to be like before they were at Cornerstone Montgomery.
I was from a broken family. My father got quite a prestigious job in Paris, so the whole family moved to Paris, and the whole family just fell apart.
I started out a child emotionally abused person. I played guitar for 50 years. I played with the Beatnik Flaws, the Psychedelic Furs, and the Sex Pistols. Of course, I have been labeled schizoaffective. And part of that is like make-believe things.
I had a really, really bad thing happen. They put me in 4-point restraints. And I started yelling at them and everything. And they injected me with Thorazine.
Back then, I was a rebellious drug addict and a very lazy person. It's no harder for us to ask for help than it is for you and anybody else.
Many of the clients feel very unconnected. They don't have many friends. They might even be homeless and not have housing where they can be connected to a community. They usually are unemployed, or if they are working, it's not a great situation for them. Usually, really, family connection is often also really poor as well. That can be a challenge. Or they're forced to live with family, and that isn't really their goal or what they want to do.
Everyone has a hard time in life, no matter what it is. So if we could just try to remember to help each other and have empathy and understand that everybody is going through something and not everyone is able to have help or support to get into mental health.
I notice that every time they come in, either they're annoyed, they're irritated, they're frustrated, but majority times when they're leaving, that natural load off of their back, their facial expressions, how they sit when they're waiting for
their cab or their ride. It's completely different.
This is a program for elite people. The people have problems, but they still are individuals. And everybody's different. Everybody has talents.
I've always considered Cornerstone as a haven for people like me. Everything is, you can get help with everything. You know, when you have to do redetermination for Social Security and everything, they're always there.
Because I work at different locations, I see how different locations function. And I notice the importance of why we renovate for our clients, just the practicality and all of that. Being able to feel good in the area that they're in, being able to draw in special locations, being able to cook and teach our clients how to cook and do it in a functional kitchen. It's beautiful, but the clients get to utilize every bit of that beauty, and like they feel good about where they're at.
I love conversations where people come and ask me how they can help Cornerstone Montgomery achieve its mission. And I often say to them, we will take your help in many ways. We will take your help, your time, your treasure, your talent. So much of that helps us achieve our mission. Yes, we get grants. Yes, we apply for many grants, and we also get gifts from other places, other foundations. But truly, those individual donors, whether it is an individual person or a corporation, can make all the difference in the world for our sustainability and longevity of different programs. So please, talk to your neighbors, talk to your businesses, let them know about Cornerstone Montgomery, and that we are always looking for new friends, new partners, and people to work with to continue to fight the stigma of mental illness and behavioral health issues, whether that's, bringing in potential new donors to help us with the program, whether it's introducing us to a group that needs some education about mental health that might lead to some other partnership or donations or gifts. We are always open to doing that. We love partnering with people, whether it's businesses, agencies, other providers, individuals in the community. We've done a little bit of everything, and we're happy to keep doing that. So please, we welcome your gifts, your interest, and would be happy to connect you with our development team or even myself to talk about all the options that there are.
I'm so happy to share our work with you. Thank you for being here to celebrate our success. And now let's welcome back Ann Pyer to honor our 2022 Employer of the Year. Ann?
Thanks, Carrie. Our 2022 Employer of the Year is Safeway Wheaton, represented by Maria Bowman. As I mentioned earlier, National Disability Employment Awareness Month is an opportunity for us to bring attention to the fact that people with disabilities want to work and are great employees. As a company and as a member of our Montgomery County community, Safeway exemplifies that commitment. Some people might think that Safeway is getting this award simply because they hire a lot of people. While they do a lot of hiring and are certainly open to hiring people with a variety of skills, they are receiving this award because of their commitment to each individual. We have seen Safeway Wheaton go above and beyond for one of our consumers that works there and believe in that person just as we do. My staff have talked to me over and over about what a great employer partner Safeway has been, how supportive they are, and I believe Maria was quoted as saying, "We've got his back." And so we want to recognize them as the Employer of the Year as they share our belief that everyone can and should work. Congratulations and thank you, Safeway.
Hi, my name is Maria Baldwin. I'm very pleased and honored to receive this award in the name of my employer and me. Thank you, Cornerstone, for choosing me for being the year award. Thank you. I'm always glad to help others, That's my job. I work with them all the time. I walk into a lot of stuff. I was trying to be there for them, for their needs. And anytime they need help, I'm there for them. Thank you.
Thank you again, Maria. And thank you for joining us to celebrate National Disability Employment Awareness Month. We appreciate and value all of our partners, employers, and volunteers, and know many of you joining us tonight may already work with Cornerstone Montgomery. If you aren't currently involved and would like to join us in our mission, please contact us and we can connect you with one of our qualified job seekers or other opportunities to partner with our programs. Reach out to us at info@cornerstonemontgomery.org. Before I turn things back over to Carrie for our 2022 Legacy Award presentation, I'd like to welcome Montgomery County Council member Will Jawando.
Good evening, Cornerstone Montgomery. I'm Councilmember Will Jawando, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to join you virtually during your Champions and Legacy celebration and support the great work Cornerstone Montgomery does in helping our residents who are living with mental health and substance abuse disorders. We know that mental health illness is a critical problem and a growing problem in our community and our nation. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1 in 5 adults in the United States experiences mental illness each year. But the work that groups like Cornerstone Montgomery is doing is vital to helping our community address and respond to this crisis, as well as our families. I'd like to congratulate Congressman David Trone, my good friend, on receiving the 2022 Legacy Award. You are a true champion for the continued work that you pursue inside and outside the halls of Congress and in your personal life, and I've seen it. Thank you for everything that you do to raise the issues of mental health and to combat substance abuse, helping families overcome this scourge in our community. Again, thank you for allowing me to be with you today and to say a few words. I continue to be a big supporter of Cornerstone, and I look forward to joining you in person for this event next year. Congratulations.
Thank you, Councilmember Jawando, and thank you, Ann. And I would also like to say another congratulations to Safeway Wheaton and Maria Bowman for receiving the Employer of the Year award this year. We could not do this work without you. And now to our final award. The Cornerstone Montgomery Legacy Award recognizes those individuals and groups making a difference for Marylanders living with a mental health and/or substance use disorder. And we are thrilled to present this year's Legacy Award to Congressman David Trone. To highlight some of the many reasons Congressman Trone was chosen for this year's Legacy Award, please enjoy this video.
So I'm very happy to celebrate David Trone this year as our 2022 Legacy Award winner. The reason that we chose David Trone for that honor was because of all his commitment and dedication to, supporting, sponsoring, and passing multiple bills and laws, regulations in the legislature about behavioral health, both mental health and substance use disorders. In fact, he was, very instrumental in helping get CCBHCs passed through the legislation multiple times. He's one of the reasons that the federal government has continued to expand that program and the funding for it. So thank you, Congressman Trone, for all the work that you've done for people with mental health and substance use issues. And we look forward to an ongoing partnership and relationship with you throughout the years. Thank you.
When you look at the ability to find common ground in mental health, it's an absolute yes. Mental health doesn't discriminate. It impacts everyone, white, black, brown, rich and poor, Democrats, Republicans. Our bipartisan task force is led by 2 other Republicans, along with 2 Democrats. And I've worked with so many of them, and we've created great relationships. And connecting with them individually, that's how we get stuff done. And that's why we came to Congress, to move the needle, get stuff over the finish line. I think we're on the right path to helping our country's mental health crisis. The Bipartisan Addiction Mental Health Task Force which we created as 140 members, Republicans and Democrats together. This session, we've introduced over 70 bills, all attacking mental health and addiction. 23 of those bills are ones that my team wrote. These bills are tailored approaches to fit each family's needs. Some are about veterans, some are about posts about the policemen, some are about children in need, some are about housing. They're all different pieces of the puzzle coming together. Solving the opioid crisis in America, we had 107,000 people died last year, was the reason I came to Congress. I lost my nephew, Ian Trone, age 24. He died alone in a hotel room. But addiction is so connected to mental health that quickly I realized we have to work on both. When I got to Congress, we started the bipartisan addiction and mental health task force so we can tackle these issues together. They go hand in hand. And right now, they are the most two pressing issues in the United States. They're bipartisan, and we're working diligently to get them done. And by being here, we can literally move hundreds of millions and sometimes billions of dollars to these causes, and that you can only do from Congress. I do believe we are gaining ground on mental health in Maryland, but we have a lot to do. One of the biggest things that happened is the new 988 suicide and crisis hotline number. Always looking for volunteers, so feel free to reach out to that. But one phone call can save a person that's in the need and may take their life any minute. That impulsivity is how we lose so many folks. And this suicide hotline rolled out nationally is just so important.
We are thrilled to recognize Congressman David Trone with this year's Legacy Award for his advocacy on behalf of behavioral health. He is a champion for these issues, and I am honored to present this award to him now. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 Legacy Award honoree, Congressman David Trone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Congressman David Trone from Maryland's 6th District. Thank you, Cornerstone Montgomery, for this honor. Your outstanding work providing mental health and substance use care is making a huge difference all over Montgomery County. I came to Congress with the mission of ending our nation's worsening mental health and addiction crises. And as some of you might know, I have a personal stake in the battle. In 2016, on New Year's Eve, my nephew, Ian Trone, died of a fentanyl overdose. I worked with Ian for over 5 years while he struggled with addiction and mental health. Despite doing everything we could to get him the help he needed, he still lost his battle against substance use disorder. I ran for Congress because I know that my story is not unique. This immense pain and loss are felt deeply across our country and Montgomery County every day. A record high 108,000 Americans died from an overdose last year, and we lost another 46,000 to suicide in 2020. We can't accept this. We've got to put in the hard work to avert and end this crisis. I co-founded the Bipartisan Addiction and Mental Health Task Force to get mental health resources to our communities. Our task force has introduced over 100 bills with data-driven approaches that have the potential to save countless lives. I proudly voted for the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which was signed into law in June. Many people often recognize this as a gun safety bill, but I also think it's a phenomenal bill for mental health, including delivering $11 billion for mental health resources, and $2 billion of that goes right to our students in K-12. Additionally, the Restoring Mental Health and Well-Being Act passed the House overwhelmingly, 402-20 in July. I led or co-led 8 of the 30 bills in this package. This legislation will improve recovery housing, devote billions of dollars to fighting this crisis of addiction, and strengthen the healthcare network. We made steady progress in this fight, but our work is nowhere near done. Solving this crisis and healing our nation won't come with a silver bullet. It takes long-term thinking, it takes empathy, and everyone, all of us, working together. Thank you. Thank you so much for this honor. Take care and be safe.
Congratulations once again, Congressman Trone. Thank you for fighting for behavioral health on both a personal and professional level. Your willingness to turn your personal story into a call to action lets people know they are not alone. Mental illness and substance use do not discriminate. They impact everyone, and we need to let people know that there are resources and supports available. Thank you for all that you do. Well, this has been quite an evening. If you were inspired by any of the stories that you heard tonight, and like me, you know that treatment works and investing in Cornerstone Montgomery is investing in changing lives, I ask you to consider donating to Cornerstone Montgomery tonight. You can donate by visiting www.cornerstonemontgomery.org/donate. All proceeds from this evening will go to our vocational program. When you make your gift, please know that you are making a life-changing difference for the clients you met this evening and countless others in our community who depend on Cornerstone Montgomery to help them maintain housing, find and keep new jobs, and lead an independent life of their choosing. Thank you again for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we look forward to seeing you when we celebrate again next year. Take care and good night.